Continuing our tour of 13th Avenue Northeast, we're at the Minneapolis Burlesque Festival, which is actually at the Ritz Theater. So we're backstage of the Ritz with Queenie Von Curves. Tell us a little bit about the Minneapolis Burlesque Festival, Queenie.
Sure, this is actually the first annual Minneapolis Burlesque Festival. We've had a different burlesque festival the last 5 years, but it's changed producers. And this year the producers are Gina Louise and Ophelia Flame of the Playful Peacock Showgirl Academy. And
so let me just stop you a little bit. The Showgirl Academy, you can learn how to be a showgirl?
That's right, a showgirl, a burlesque performer. We have lots of different kinds of classes. Gina and Ophelia have performers from out of town often come in and teach very specific classes, like on how to twirl tassels or how to use a feather boa or a chair or things like that are very specific. And then they also have like a course where someone can come in who has no experience at all and by the end be a performer.
And you said a little bit earlier when we were talking that you actually teach some of these classes.
Yes, this morning I taught a workshop on body positive images. It's called Rock That Body, and it's all about how there is no wrong body in the world of burlesque, which is for me, one of the most beautiful parts of it.
And Queenie, tonight we're going to see you perform. Tell us a little bit about your performance.
Tonight is a really fun piece. I'm going to do a plus size Barbie number, which I think is really fantastic. I built a life-size Barbie box that I'm going to be coming out of, and it starts with a traditional Barbie girl song and then skips when I see on the Barbie box a clearance tag because the plus-size Barbie doesn't sell, and it's a sad moment, right?
Oh, no.
I know, but then the record skips and goes into a song called Big Girl, You Are Beautiful. And it's like reclaiming that.
Right.
And so I come out of that Barbie box and now I've got the confidence and I have my whole piece, and at the end I rip off the clearance tag and it says,
That's great. You said that there's quite a few burlesque dance troupes in Minneapolis. In fact, an amazing amount.
Yes, definitely. It all started with Le Cirque Rouge Cabaret and Burlesque. We're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year.
So Queenie, that's who you perform with?
Yes, I do, with Le Cirque Rouge, and they were the first company to bring back burlesque after it disappeared for many years. And then from that, many performers have broken off and started their own troupes. And so now there are many different companies doing all different kinds of burlesque throughout the cities.
And burlesque actually was created back in the vaudeville era?
Yes. It's a very old performance art form, and it actually started as satire. It's actually very funny. Lots of burlesque is very, very funny. Not that it's not sexy as well, but we love our humor too.
Sure. And the festival that is 3 nights, or is it 4 performances over 3 nights?
Yep, 4 performances over 3 nights. Tonight is the last night, but there's 2 shows, one at 7 and one at 10, and we had one last night and on Thursday, and every show is different.
And every show is sold out?
Every show is sold out.
And so you have performers from all over America come here?
And Canada. We have the legend Judith Stein here from Canada, and she is a burlesque legend, and she's in the Burlesque Hall of Fame, and she's here performing and teaching with us.
Where is the Burlesque Hall of Fame?
In Las Vegas.
Oh, how appropriate.
Yes.
And in fact, tonight, is it the MC? Would that be the right term, MC?
Yes, our MC tonight is Blanche Dupree. She's from Las Vegas as well, and she is a very excellent, humorous, beautiful performer and MC.
Great. And Queenie, how did you get involved in burlesque?
Well, I've been involved in theater and dancing and all that pretty much my whole life. I also work as a costume designer, and I actually was a fan of Le Cirque Rouge for 2 years, and I became friends with the producer and told her, this is so much fun, I would love to do this, but I really need to lose weight. For 2 years, this was my mantra because I was scared. And then finally she goes, listen, I just want to let you know that I booked you for our next show.
So she put the pressure on.
Right, and I had never done burlesque in my life, ever. And I was like, what? And she did. She booked me, and I showed up, and I killed it, and I got bitten by the bug, and I've been doing it ever since.
And it seems to me, I watched a little bit of the show last night, and I've poked my head in throughout the years here at the Ritz. But it seems like everybody is very, very proud of themselves, their self-image, self-esteem. Yes. Burlesque performers are very proud people.
Yes, and I think that is so important in today's society to see beautiful women of all shapes, colors, sizes, and boys do it too, and to see them be able to show a positive body image is just fantastic. and they're fun and they're confident, and it just lures people in and they love it.
So Queenie, you have a very fascinating life. You not only are a burlesque performer, but you also dance for the Ballet of the Dolls.
I do, yes. I'm a dancer with Ballet of the Dolls, which is the company housed at the Ritz Theater. The artistic director is Myron Johnson, who is the owner of the Ritz Theater. And this is actually the Dolls' dressing room, which is a very unique, beautiful space. I also work at the Ritz Theater itself during the day, and I also work as a costume designer locally.
Queenie, it must be very exciting to be involved with the growth of 13th Avenue and the Northeast Arts District here.
I do. I just love it. I actually live in the neighborhood as well. I can walk to work every day, which is just beautiful, being able to experience the whole 13th Avenue all the way up. We have just amazing places to eat and art galleries and the Ritz Theater and all sorts of stuff. There's something for everybody here.
Why do you think there's been such a renaissance in burlesque here in Minneapolis?
I think, well, Minneapolis is such a great town for so many different types of arts and performances. We have so much theater and performance art and dance and visual art that I think it's just not surprising at all that another form of art has found its home here. And burlesque, it brings in all different kinds of people. It brings in dancers, it brings in theater people, it brings in women that just need to get something out, and I just think it's perfect for here.
So that's the sold out audience, and is just
Yes.
people from all walks.
Oh, yes, you wouldn't believe it. I worked last night in the box office, and every different kind of person walked by and picked up tickets. Young people, old people, every color, every size, every gender. It's an amazing. And actually, we've noticed that so many of the audiences are generally women for burlesque, which is fantastic.
And why do you think that is?
I think it's because they see something on stage that is a sliver of who they are as well. They are able to experience that humor and that sexuality that is often, we're told often that it needs to be hidden or kept away or it's not right, but we're able to just explode it on stage, and people are able to experience that and have that part for a while.
Great. Queenie, tell us a little bit more about the Ritz. Obviously, there's lots of other entertainment here.
Yes, the Ritz, they have all the Ballet of the Dolls shows, obviously, the whole season because we're housed here. Lots of burlesque throughout the season as well. But then we also show films. We recently showed a French film. We have rock concerts. We have guest theater productions that come in. So there's a little bit for everyone, and every weekend is different at the Ritz Theater.
And it's so compact around here. You can park across the street.
Yes.
There's a nice, well-lit lot, and there's great restaurants. The Northeast Social, 331 Bar for some music.
Yes.
Modern Cafe, Irrité.
You could just do the whole walk the whole night. You could start at the Northeast Social for a drink, you go to the Modern for dinner, come to the Ritz for a show, and then close out the night at 331.
What other venues host burlesque as well?
Oh, there's lots of them all throughout Minneapolis, and St. Paul's starting to get a little sassy too. There's some burlesque in St. Paul now. My burlesque company, Le Cirque Rouge Cabaret and Burlesque, we perform the first Saturday of every month at the Amsterdam Hall, which is also owned by John Ullman of the 331 Club.
Oh, great, great. So you guys are just doing great. You're developing a new art, or you're reinventing a new art form.
Yes, definitely. It's just been exciting around here. Burlesque always has a nice rowdy crowd. We also have a bar here with beer and wine, which always is visited very well by our burlesque fans.
So burlesque people like to have a glass of wine here?
Oh, yes. There's nothing better than having a nice glass of wine with your burlesque.
Well, Queenie, thanks so much for taking time before this big show tonight. And now I understand that I'm not going to wish you luck by saying break a leg, but I'm going to wish you to twirl a tassel.
That's right.
And if the viewers want further information, we can find you on QueenieVonCurves.com. And you have a Facebook page.
I do, yes. And so does the Ritz Theater.
Oh, the Ritz Theater has,
Yes.
What is their information?
They have a Facebook page that you can like on Facebook to get updates, or they also have a website, ritztheater.org.
Great. Thanks.
You're welcome.